Hello. Did you miss me? Welcome to another daily encouragement. My name is Lewis. Uh, the goal of our channel has been to provide daily encouragement to you through a verse or two or so from the Bible. And it's been a couple days. I'm still trying to recover. I've got some kind of bug or something, and sorry so that I've missed out some time. But over the last couple days, trying to record a couple extra videos so that I've got a buffer just in case something like that happens again. If you're not familiar with this channel, I do take the time to thank you for taking your time to come listen or to watch because we're now doing an audio version as well as our normal video. But what we try to do is, like I said, provide you encouragement through a verse or two, especially as you go through your day. The Bible tells us that we are to encourage one another and help one another as we go through our days, and so that's what we try to do here. Today, I'm going to share um, honestly a very commonly known verse, but I don't think we've ever talked about it, at least not that I was able to see. And it's John 3:16. Now, I hesitated because I know so many folks know that verse, and I didn't want to just start off and talking about the verse that it seems like everybody would know. But I know we discussed it when we talked about the Romans Road back a little bit ago. But here we're just going to focus primarily on 16 and a little bit of 17. Maybe go 18, just depends on the time. But if you don't know the verse, John 3:16 tells us, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." Now I know that in my time as a college student, my time as a youth worker, a teen worker, and preacher at times, and just different capacities, this verse was, we always presented it the same way because I didn't want there to be a difference between how I tell a child versus how I tell an adult and anyone in between. So, for God so loved the world. It's pretty straightforward. Understand, if you've not ever listened to a video that's been presented on this channel, we don't sit there and do deep word studies yet. Right now, just as we're building an audience and kind of just taking the opportunity to be encouraging, we just want you to take it and look at it at face value. If you can't look at it at face value and gain an understanding and appreciation for what it's saying, then trying to do a deep word study may not have any extra effect on you. But in this particular instance, for God so loved the world. You know, we just came off of Valentine's Day. And when you think of Valentine's Day, you know, you see all the commercials on TV. If you watch TV or if you listen to the radio, you hear the commercials there. Or if you do like I did and see a lot of Facebook ads, or not Facebook ads, but Facebook posts from different people talking about their celebration of their Valentine's Day. You know, some people did it a day early because Wednesday is just not a good day for them to do it, and this year it fell on a Wednesday. But what was the majority of what you saw was the idea of love. It was the idea of that compassion. This word here, it's stronger than that. Now, I'm not here to judge how much someone loves another person. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to judge somebody. This isn't a judgment zone, but it's trying to give you an idea that this is more than just a romantic love. This is more than just, let's say, a sibling love. Now, I am, um, I grew up with an older sister, and then just before I went off to college, my mom had my younger siblings, and I ended up being closer to my older sister than I was to the younger siblings for a while, just because I wasn't there. And I would say I love all of my siblings, and I don't think I love any of them more than another. But as I was growing up with my older sister, oh, of course I loved my sister. You know, I would have done anything for her, and I genuinely believe she would have done anything for me. Again, this is stronger than that. This isn't a familial love. This isn't a romantic love. This is the thing I'm doing is going to be the best for you. Period. End of story. No questions asked. See, part of the condemnation, I would say, when I look at relationships here on earth, so to speak, is that we sit there and we make vows and we're sinners and we're about to break a vow. Now, maybe not your most serious of vows, but maybe you'll sit there and say, man, I know that there's never going to be a time that I go to bed and I go to bed angry at my wife or angry at my husband. And there are some couples that abide by that, and that's great and that's wonderful. They've been able to show their love for that spouse. But you know what? If you do make it where there's a night where you don't not be angry when you go to bed, so to speak, does that mean you love your spouse less? No, it doesn't mean that. But the problem is, as a human, we have that limitation. God so loved. It was a perfect love. It was a love that I don't think we can accomplish here on earth. I think that's why the word so adds an extra piece to it. For God, He didn't just love the world, He so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Now, I told you I was a child with brothers and sisters, and I know one of the hardest things to do is to share. Whether it's to share time with your parent, whether it's to share food, whether it's to share time on a TV or a gaming device, sharing is the hardest thing at times to do because it requires you to have selflessness and to be not selfish, but to think of the betterment of the other person. In this, it says that He gave His only begotten Son, His only one. Now, I want you to think of a time. It doesn't have to be something deep or huge, but think of a time when you had to give up something that was yours, even if it was for a short time. Now, you might say, yeah, it was kind of tough. It was kind of hard. But imagine doing that for people who were ungrateful, who were wicked, who were horrible, terrible people like us. And the Bible tells us, for all have sinned. It's back from the Romans road. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Those are the people who God gave His only Son for. I used to say it this way. I, as a parent, would not sacrifice my child for most everybody on this world. I just wouldn't, because my children are too valuable to me, and I have 4 of them. God gave His only begotten Son. He so loved the world that He gave up His only Son. Here's the best part, though. Here's where the encouragement comes. That whosoever believeth in Him. Now, that's a qualifier, meaning there's a requirement. What is that requirement? Whosoever believeth. Why am I bringing that up? Because, as I look and as I get more and more involved with social media and trying to promote either my own individual channel or help stuff with our church grow, I get a lot of feeds, and a lot of it deals with people that just don't like each other, and they give these qualifications why. They sit there and they don't like different races, different genders, different nationalities, different ages, different sports fandom, different, you name it, different religions. And I'm not here to preach a religion. If we'll go over that maybe sometime in the future here. But the idea that the Bible said, whosoever believeth, that's anybody. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what your age is. Whosoever. In a day and age where everybody is so big on cutting everybody out and doing all these things about segregating people, God said, whosoever believeth in Him. And then the best part, this is your encouragement. You should not perish but have everlasting life. That's a guarantee. You could take it to the bank. And God is not a man that He should lie, or a woman that He should lie, however you want to look at it. God so loved the world. That's you. I don't know what you're going through today. I don't know what kind of discouragements you've had so far this new year, this month, this week, today, depending on when you're watching this. But remember, God so loved you that he gave his only begotten Son, that if you believe, you won't perish, but you'll have everlasting life. That's a great encouragement to have today. Anywho, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Hopefully you've been encouraged. Hopefully it's been a blessing to you. You'll find that I've got these posted now on YouTube. I've got them on Rumble. I've got it on Spotify for podcasters, both an audio and video version. So hopefully you've taken one of the opportunities to be blessed by this and know that that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. So until the next time, thanks so much for taking the time. God bless.